And so, the department chooses Thomas Light Research Robots with Independent Thought. Thank you. One day, right? I'm not ready to stop.
Alright, Cuzzo, we're getting ready to start here shortly, sir. I feel like, like I've said the last couple nights playing Mega Man, that this could end the streak. I don't know that I'll be able to finish this in one sitting, so I'm just going to play and try to make it through at least 5 or 6 Robot Masters, and that'll be about the halfway point. And so we'll see how I feel after that. If need be, if I don't finish it tonight, then I'll probably absolutely finish it tomorrow night. And then I got to get back to Castlevania Bloodlines, so that's next on the Castlevania series.
One day, right? One day the world will know I was right all along.
Getting ready to start this here very shortly.
Memories make the worst dreams. A genius of mine needs sleep to keep his brain in gear. Wait. Research for my youth. Yes. Now I'll show you light.
Alright, so let's get this party started. Alrighty, let's start. New game. Let's do it normal. Sometimes I play this game on casual mode instead of newcomer, but even casual, this game still has teeth. I'm gonna let the story play out for anybody who's never seen this game. Again, welcome everybody who comes to the broadcast. This broadcast is brought to you by Gamers United, past and present. Earlier today, my first game, I was playing Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, which is just released today. And for anybody who viewed me playing that, got to see me struggle on something that I'm not used to. But I still feel pretty good with my progress. I mean, I made it to the 4th level, and I didn't game over. I just stopped because I was already at an hour before the first Curse of the Moon had. So I'll be playing that one more for sure. I may wait to stream it the next time whenever I can beat it comfortably. Well, you're not welcome then, John. No, of course you guys are welcome. John, I played this a little bit the other night. I think I maybe went through 2 or 3 or maybe 4 Robot Masters. We're going to try to go a little further tonight. I'm going to start it from the beginning. Joey, that is a single that is kind of poppy, but I freaking like it because it kind of perks me up. If I need a good start to the day, I'll play it. But it's Our Lady Peace, and it's called Won't Turn Back by Our Lady Peace. I really like that song a lot. I like most everything Our Lady Peace, especially the most recent album, Somethingness, was really good. A lot of good grindy guitars, and dude's vocals. I really like the guy's vocals. He's one of my favorite vocalists, I believe. Rain Maida. But yeah, that was Our Lady Peace, Won't Turn Back.
It can't be. Oh, but it can. Your objections wouldn't stifle me forever. I have perfected my design. And now we'll see who was right all along.
A pretty cool bunch of guys too, man. They had posted something on Facebook a while back. It was years ago. Whenever their what was the name of the album? Curve. Whenever they released that album, kind of promoting it and kind of doing stuff afterwards, like they posted something on there, and they said that a handful of their questions they would answer, reply back to. And I actually got an answer from their drummer, Jeremy Taggart, and it was a video answer, and where he said, "Hey, this question comes in from David McClendon, in Wilsonville, Georgia," because I didn't know how to pronounce it. But I actually responded to my question on video, and it was on YouTube as well, and I was just blown away because that was my first real brush with anybody kind of famous, and it just kind of made my day. And since then, I've had a couple other little instances where I've actually talked to or had a response from someone that actually, is kind of famous a little bit. So it's been pretty cool. And all that's happened here in the last couple of years.
If he really has completed it, I'm afraid you won't stand a chance.
But we can't just let him get away.
Yeah. The other 2 brushes that I had was with a DJ who's kind of famous. His name's BT. Chatted with him a little bit and chatted with Terry from the Lex and Terry Radio Network a few months back, and D a little bit on their radio network. So pretty cool stuff. Just kind of getting lucky, being in the right place, right time, I guess. Alright, so he talks about the double gear system and how you use it, and you guys have seen me use it, so I'm just going to go ahead and start playing. I forgot the story was this long. All the Robot Masters also had the double gear system as well, which the double gear allows you to increase your power output, and it also allows you to kind of slow things down to where things move slower. And it runs on a gauge, and when the gauge runs out, you kind of short circuit a little bit, and you have to wait for that to recharge back up so that you can use it again. Alright, so generally on this game, I either start with Blockman or Impact, but the general consensus is to start with Blockman, so that's how we're going to go. And as you can see, when I start playing it, it's still a 2D platformer like all the rest of the classic Mega Man series is, but just the graphics are definitely spruced up. It's a little prettier to look at. But of course, you have your people, your purists who don't want to change anything and upgrade the graphics and things like that. But I'm all for it as long as the gameplay stays intact, and I feel like with this game it absolutely did. This is classic Mega Man, no doubt about it, to its core. I mean, Mega Man handles as smooth as he ever has. There's no problem with the controls. It's just a little bit tougher game. It's a little tougher, but a lot of those situations where it's real tough, if you use your double gear system correctly, that'll take some of the difficulty out of it. You just have to be careful with it, because it doesn't last forever. But it does recharge on its own, and it doesn't take it a terrible amount of time, but just with everything, you have to be careful. It has its good things and its bad things. And I want to get those bolts up there because currency is a great thing in this game, and it could help me not see that game over screen just yet. Could keep me in the game a little longer, because we are continuing on with 11 with the to keep playing Mega Man series in order until I game over. So we're going to keep on with this one, and hopefully I can make it out of this. And then the next Mega Man game, if I make it through this, which technically, as far as timeline goes, would be Mega Man X. So that would be after this one. But I have to make it out of this one first. And like I said, this may be a two-nighter, depending on how long it takes, how long I'm grinding out on this game. Because I'm thinking of getting through the first 5 or 6 Robot Masters and doing a part 2 tomorrow. Rush can be called with just one button. You don't have to go through menus to call out Rush. There's a separate button for Coil and Rush Jet whenever you get it. Yeah, that speed gear, I use it way more than I do the power gear. Being able to manipulate. This guy takes a lot of hits. And he has pushed me off the edge a time or two, so I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible. But I like how, with this being on a newer system, they didn't do it like they did 7 and make the Mega Man sprite cheap. It feels right, because this is the size he should be, I believe, as far as his on-screen sprite goes. Yeah, y'all, I'm making this look a little easy, but first time I did this stage, this was the demo, was this stage. It took, after I played it the first time and didn't make it to the boss, it took me probably another week before I went back to the demo and tried again. And still then, I died a lot trying to get to Blockman, the Robot Master of this stage. This stuff is tough. I mean, it is really hard. And this isn't the hardest part. I'm coming up on that. Okay, I felt like I did some damage on it that time. Yeah, if you can knock that guy out in 2 cycles, that's not too bad, I don't think. Okay, I got the line. I didn't have to use my speed gear to get it. That's pretty nice. Yes, I agree with you. There's times when the power gear definitely comes in handy, but that speed gear has saved my hide more times than I can mention. Like right here is the perfect time to use the speed gear.
Speed gear. Speed up.
Alright, so that energy tank there, you want to get it, but you have to be careful. Wrong way, Rush. Alright, so here's the tricky section here. Rush coil comes in handy in this section for sure. Well, maybe not this section. Wow, that was almost a mistake. Some of the stuff I've read about this game too is a lot of people didn't like the soundtrack, but I don't quite get. Oh wow, I see him there. I don't quite get that. I feel like this soundtrack is pretty well, up there with some of the better Mega Man titles, and that's saying a lot. I like a lot of their soundtracks, but I like this one though. I appreciate the soundtrack of this game. I think it sounds pretty good. Alright, so here we are. We're at the first boss. I'm going to try out Blockman. I don't have all my health, but we're going to hope for the best. John, how far have you made it in it now? Have you made much progress? Yeah, I have it on the Switch too, to be honest with you. That tells you how much I like this game. I have it on Switch and PS4. But I bought it for the PS4 because I can stream my PS4, so. That and PlayStation has another thing that I don't talk about very much that I really like, and that's the trophy system. I really like that, and the fact that other people can see your trophies and whatnot. I mean, it's almost like, you know, medals in the military, sort of. You know, to kind of show off your accomplishments. And I'm saying that as no disrespect to the military, because most of you people in here know that I was there too. I served 6 years with the Navy, so definitely no disrespect to anything service related coming here from here. That went pretty well. Ugh. More hits. Okay, good deal. That last sequence with Black Man's pretty tough. Beaten 4 of them so far. Okay. They're long stages, man. It takes a while to get through this one. I think I actually finished this. It seemed like it was right after Michael hit. It was right around the same time. And the first time I finished it, it was in undocked mode too, because we didn't have power. This is a fantastic sub-weapon. This block weapon works very well. It's handy in a lot of spots. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to this next boss in line, which will be Acid Man. So I haven't had an Xbox since the 360, and I only had it for maybe a year. And at that point in time in my life, I didn't have a whole lot of video games like I do now. And I don't have a lot like some people, but I have a good collection. I think. But yeah, I haven't had an Xbox console since 2010. I wound up having to sell my 360 at the time because I was going through kind of a tough stretch. But since then, since I've gotten out of that tough stretch, I haven't had to do anything like that. I refuse to ever sell a console again. Unless I just have extra ones for some reason, but don't plan on getting rid of none of my games unless I'm trading something in that I just don't play at all. I don't care enough to keep it. But I will say this, there was one game on the 360, and there was a few others too, but I think my favorite game on the 360 was a little title called Crackdown. Oh my goodness, you talk about fun. It was like Grand Theft Auto with comic book kind of feel to it, because you had all these crazy super abilities and it had RPG elements to it. But you had missions where you're kind of running around in a town that's kind of like a sandbox game. It wasn't an open world, but it was a big sandbox. And that was a really, really, really fun game. And I've almost bought a dang 360 just so I can play that game again. That's how much I enjoyed it. And I heard that there was one on the Xbox One too, but I don't think it reviewed as well as the original one did. But irregardless, I love the original one, and I would just about get a 360 just for that. Yeah, I've had a bunch stolen. I had a lot of stuff stolen from me too, but for the most part though, I haven't had to deal with that in quite a while. So the last time I had anything stolen from me was in the place that I was trying to sell to them. And whenever they left, they took some stuff that didn't belong to them. And the cost that it would take to try to get that stuff back legally just isn't worth it. It takes, damn, almost at that spike. It takes a lot of work to get back things that are stolen from you. It's ridiculous.
Speed gear.
Alright, so this block weapon works on a lot of little mid bosses like that. I don't want to use up all my weapon energy because that's what I need for Acid Man too. Although I could probably beat him without it, that was close. But it's one of the most ridiculous things in the world to me is people stealing though. I just can't stand it. I mean, if you need something bad enough, chances are, you know, as long as it ain't something like a video game or something, but if you need something, I will, 4 times a night if I can, I will help you. I can't tell you how much, you know, money and stuff I've given to people who look like they were, you know, hurting for food or just whatever. And I don't expect repayment. I'm just trying to be a decent person. But stealing from me, I don't get it. Especially when you're stealing something like a game. I mean, it's just kind of bad. I can understand stealing money or stealing, you know, anything else that you need. But stealing a video game from somebody that's kind of messed up. Oh, crap. Yeah, I didn't see that banana peel that I slipped on there, huh? Yeah, I mean, I would. You don't want this shirt, though, man. Although, actually, this is pretty. Most of my gamer buddies like this shirt. It's got a picture of a PlayStation controller on the front that says, "Always in control." I don't see any underage females, so I don't know. Wow. Having a little trouble tonight. Just a little. Usually those spots I don't have too much trouble getting through them. I just need to tighten up. For some reason my reflexes are a little slower. Oh. Yeah. See, my reflexes are slow. I should have been able to have got that one. We're trying, Vince. We are definitely trying, man. Okay, that was better. But this part's kind of tricky too, though. I got through that section there without dying, but the 2 easier sections, of course, had to kill me. Stage is something else, but I'm through the worst of it now, though. At least the rest of this is a little easier. go, Acid Man. I made it. I need to go to the shop and buy some extra lives though. Lost a couple in this stage. Yeah, that Blockman weapon works really well on him. Yeah, we're gonna do about 5 or 6 Robot Masters tonight. I think it's gonna be where I make it to. That's a good episode too. There's a really funny song on that episode. Very inappropriate, but very funny song that Cartman sings in that episode. It's hilarious. Very inappropriate, but it's funny.
Mega Man.
I got 660 chips. I can buy a couple lives with that.
Okay, are you sure? Ta-da! All
I'm
ready.
gonna buy at least 2 of those.
Ta-da! All ready.
That gives me 500. So use the other 500 for that. That gives you good items after you finish the stage or as you're going through it. Alright, so next is Impact Man. There's a lot of instant death spots here too, so you know, for all I know, I might lose my 4 lives here. It's very possible. Generally I don't, but anything could happen. This stage kind of has a little bit of a feel of the Gutsman Robot Master stage in Mega Man 1. It also had these little platforms that rode on the like this, you know. Gutsman stage did. Plus, it was a construction zone as well. Okay, got through that pretty well. Those characters there is throwing the pickaxes. They're also in that game, in that stage. The guys who created this entry in Mega Man, the stages themselves were apparently inspiration from places these guys had been as they were creating the game, and this stage specifically was basically a view of their outside, one of their outside windows from where they were either living or working on this game from. And it was a big construction site, so that was the inspiration behind this stage here. And there was other ones like that too, but I don't remember the stories behind them. But I just remember this story. Alright, so there's a checkpoint. That's good. Put that bolt there. Alright, made it through that without too much trouble.
Speed gear! Speed up!
Not quite as smooth. Yeah, this next section, this weapon helps a lot too. Ugh, those guys, those missiles are rough. Thank you for the help. Easier said than done. It'd be easier for me just to tell them to stop hitting me. That rush skull kind of helps you skip across some of this stuff. There's an E-tank over there that I'm going to try to get. Not like that, though. Okay, now let's hope I can get back. There we go. Definitely getting a bunch of bolts this level. If I make it, yeah, if I make it to the boss here, though, I'll definitely kill the boss. And I think from this point, I don't think there's too much. Well, there's one. Ouch. There's one other section that's kind of tough, but oh no, there's not. Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough game. A worthy sequel, though, for sure.
Behold, Impact Land. Impact. Don't move.
You can see his health just disappearing. That's it. Yeah, I really have enjoyed this one. I've played it quite a bit. I'm not a master at it by no means, but I have played it a good, decent amount. I haven't played it a whole lot lately, but it held my attention for a good while after it first came out. This weapon here is pretty cool too. It lets you dash across the air like an air dash would in the X series. Pretty cool maneuver. So there's the air dash. It lets you experiment with the weapons first, you know, before you have to actually go out and use them. That's a very handy ability right there.
Welcome back, Mega Man.
Okay, Mega. What'll it be? Are you sure?
No, I'm not gonna add another life. Look at 730. I am gonna add the booster to your Mega Buster. Well, I don't know, man. I was having a conversation with somebody about the difficulty level of this game, and I hold it after 1, 9, and 8 as far as difficult games. I think it's the 4th hardest of the series. You can memorize, man, but there's memorization's the problem for sure. But it's just the bosses and enemies have so many more patterns, I think. And some things, you know, some of the stuff you also have to contribute is the ability to those double gear system, because some of those will make the game a whole lot easier. So, you know, there's a couple other things to add into the stuff of having to memorize. You know, especially the NES games, you could definitely memorize and be able to get through it. But there's still some situations that are just tough because it requires, you know, pinpoint reflexes. And this one's not impossible. It's just, to me, it's a longer game, so it kind of, you know, kind of wears down on you a little bit. I mean, because by now, 36 minutes into the video, like on one of the other NES Mega Mans or 9 or 10, I'd already be into Wily's Castle by now. And I've only beat 3 Robot Masters, so my speed definitely is not in this game yet. Now, if I'm not doing newcomer, but if I'm playing casual mode, I'm quite a bit better at this. It's not quite as hard. They don't have anything I need. Just keep it moving. These dang balloons, man. That went by pretty fast. That's one of my faster kills on that enemy there. Those guys there, they're all over the stage. You have to be careful where you jump. Slid right into it. We're not too far from the end of this stage. There's a little bit left to go. I think this might, to me, seem like the longest stage of the game. I'm not gonna go after that E-Tank because it takes some maneuvers to be able to get that thing. And just for the sake of keeping the video going, I don't want to spend 10 minutes trying to get that one E-Tank there. Yeah, we're getting pretty close now to this. fight him one more time. You can see me kind of short circuiting because I overdid the double gear. So yeah, there's this section, and get up the ladder up above, and that's the end of this stage. This stage is almost over. Probably my least favorite stage of them all. No, there's still a little bit more left to go. I'm sorry. I forget. It's been a while. Wow. Alright, so we can do this the first time. Okay, good job. So right up here should be the boss door. Kinda wish I wouldn't have used up all that, but it'll be okay. If I die, it won't be the end of the world. First time I played this game, this was the first. No, I beat Block first, and this guy was second. Works on him. Okay, that wasn't too bad. At least I know what the backup plan is against him in case I don't have enough Impact Man's weapon. Blocks seem to work pretty well on him. So we're gonna do one more stage, everyone, and then we'll continue this on tomorrow night. Thank you, sir. Thank you, cuz. I've done pretty good on my streams here lately. As far as quality of play has been pretty okay. You get the Rust Jet in this game. Alright, so the last Robot Master of the night will be Fuse Man, and then I'll tackle the last 3 tomorrow and hopefully get through Wily's Castle. And then I'm gonna try to get closer to finishing Dragon Quest 11, but I haven't been streaming that game. I've just been kind of doing that on my own time, at my own speed. But I'm about 46 hours into that game, so I'm hoping that I'm getting closer to some kind of resolution on there. Soundtrack in this stage is really upbeat. I like this soundtrack a lot. Turn it up just a little bit for my pleasure. As far as electricity theme stages goes, I think they did a good job with this. Love all the electric themes you have to dodge. Ouch. Timing was a little off on that one. For a mid-boss, that one's pretty much the easiest one. Yeah, very smooth. Let me slide right when the electricity is going to come down on my head. That's the perfect time to do it.
Speed here.
Oop. This place could do it. That guy there, man. You have to be right up under him for him to crash down, so you have to be real careful. You have to time your slide just about perfectly. A lot of zaps here. That energy tank is a adventure to get right there.
Speed up.
This stage.
Speed here. I recognize that.
This is one of my favorite boss fights too.
And fatter.
Fuse Man is a pretty cool boss, Robot Master, in my opinion.
Live wire.
Definitely speed-wise, he is one of the fastest as far as agility goes.
Speed up. Shot. Charge. Contact.
But you got the right weapon on these bosses, they're pretty easy to defeat. But alright, so looks like this game series will continue tomorrow. Mega Man Streak is not dead yet. We'll play tomorrow and try to complete this guy, probably 6 p.m. David Central Time, which is around 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyways, appreciate everybody who watched. This broadcast was brought to you by Gamers United Past and Present. And until then, you guys have a safe freaking weekend. And until then, I'll see you guys on the other side. Y'all have a good night.